I want to welcome you back to MoTalk, who is Sports and Mo. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share. Yo, what is happening? This is Yeshua. This is MoTalk, and this is going to be MoTalk's take on Shedeur Sanders starting tonight. What an exciting time it is in NFL football. We're going to start with a reaction to Stephen A. Smith and his take on why Cleveland allowed him to start tonight. We're going to get into that. And we're also, at the time that I'm recording this, it's halftime as well. So Shedeur is doing a bang-up job. We're going to talk a little bit about that as well. But let's get into Stephen A. Smith, and this is what he had to say about it.
Shedeur Sanders. And I'm going to tell you why. I think he's being set up to fail. That's right, I'm going to say it.
Okay.
Here we are on national television, right? There's been 11 practices, if I remember correctly. He's been starting against he's been playing against the third unit. He's fourth on the depth chart. And then suddenly you throw him into the start lineup and he hasn't had any reps with the first team at all. Think about that. So you're just going to throw him to the wolves like that, huh? I mean, if he had first team snaps in practice, I don't say that. But he doesn't. And then all of a sudden he's starting tomorrow night. It's like you want him to fail. I'm not accusing the coaches of doing this. I'm not accusing the GM of doing this. But that owner, Mr. Haslam, that's a different animal right there. Mr. $230 million guaranteed deal to Deshaun Watson. And then he's going to come out this time around. I had nothing to do with this pick. I didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, that wasn't me. That was GM Barry. That wasn't me. The owner sitting up there. It wasn't me. Wasn't me. Yo, it wasn't me. That's what he was saying. And I'm saying, really? That's what we doing now?
Yeah. Stephen A. Smith may be on to something. I'm not going to say that he is absolutely wrong. That may be part of the reason as to why they threw Shedeur Sanders out there tonight. But I got a couple of other reasons as well. And we're going to discuss them. It's not a whole lot of times that I agree with Stephen, but I agree with him tonight a little bit on this here, man. I do believe that Cleveland is hoping that Shedeur come out there, man, and bomb. I do believe that a little bit, especially that owner. That owner made it so very clear that he had nothing to do with Shedeur Sanders coming to the Cleveland Browns. And I believe before this thing is all over with, he and his organization is going to look more of an ass than they already look. But one of the other reasons I feel that Cleveland Browns allowed Shedeur Sanders to start tonight is marketing reasons, okay? One of the same things that they did during the draft, okay? I do believe that teams was passing on him because, everybody got their conspiracy theory reasons as to why Shedeur went so late into the draft. Was it told to the NFL teams not to touch him or whatever? But one thing that I do know is that the NFL benefited from that boy going so late in the draft because it forced people to stay and watch the draft longer than they ever have in history. It had got to a point people was watching just to see what Shedeur Sanders was going to be drafted at. Never had they had the numbers that they had in the third round of the NFL draft like they had this year because we wanted to see where Shedeur was going to be drafted. And with that same marketing ploy, right? And we talking about the brand that the NFL say that they hate so much. This is what they're using for their benefit. With that same marketing ploy, they are allowing Shedeur to start the night because they know, this is what they know, that if we put this boy out here in the very first preseason game, man, there's going to be a lot of eyes that's going to be tuned in to this. Nonetheless, it is the NFL. We were so excited that it started, we was going to watch it anyway. But they're going to get people to watch this game that normally don't watch football. Why? Because Shedeur Sanders has become a household name because of everything that has been happening with him since draft day. There's a lot of people that's all that they hear is Shedeur Sanders this, Shedeur Sanders this, Shedeur Sanders that. And they wanting to see who this Shedeur Sanders is. And they have formed opinions on Shedeur Sanders themselves. And they may be new fans to the game, and they're going to watch Cleveland tonight because they're going to watch Shedeur Sanders. And so, yeah, I do believe that these are reasons, another reason as to why Shedeur is starting tonight. On top of Dylan Gabriel, it has been reported that he at times don't even look like an NFL quarterback, man. And I know that there are reports saying that he was hurt and that they don't want to risk putting him out there with the pressure and this, that, and the other. Yeah, that's cool. But, how bad would it look if you did run him out there and he looked as bad as some of these reports are saying that he looked? Up until the last that I had heard, and I could be wrong on this, the only quarterback in that stable, which they are pregnated with lots of quarterbacks, but the only quarterback that was in that stable that had not thrown a pick was Shedeur Sanders. And from my understanding, I'm not saying that I know because I'm not in Cleveland. I'm not looking at these practices. I can only go by what it is that I hear. And from my understanding, the weakest quarterback has been Dylan Gabriel. And this is who they drafted before taking Shedeur Sanders. This is who so how bad would it look if they run this kid out there and he's not looking like an NFL ready quarterback and we're already in week 1 of the preseason? That don't sit too well. I believe at this point in time, Cleveland know that, hey, our starter was drafted in the 5th round. But you know how hard that is to admit that, man. You know how tough of a pill that is to swallow, especially when you got an owner who has made it publicly less than a week ago that he had nothing to do with this kid being brought to his franchise. Now, Shedeur Sanders is out there and they're not allowing him to play with the first string, from what I was told, right? So, we're going to put him out there. We're going to allow him to start, but he's going to start with second and third stringers, right? And so that even makes it even harder for him to shine. But guess what? The kid is shining. 2 touchdowns already and no interceptions, and he's moving the pocket. Shedeur Sanders has never been known as one who got a lot of speed, but he can move. There is a difference between quickness and speed. Shedeur has a little bit of quickness about himself, and he's elusive. Shedeur still, from what I'm seeing, one of the problems that I'm seeing that he had even when he was in college is he don't get rid of the football fast enough. This is something that he's going to have because he's always looking for the big play downfield. He's going to have to learn how to get rid of that football when he get out of the pocket and don't take losses, because in one scramble, he lost a couple of yards. He scrambled for like 15 yards backwards, but he made the ground and he only lost 2 yards from the line of scrimmage, but he should have just got rid of the football, right? But still, he is looking like an NFL-ready quarterback. That first touchdown that Shedeur Sanders threw in that first quarter, man, that window, that was an NFL window that he threw that football in. Deion Sanders told y'all tonight that it's going to be a problem after the night, and he is absolutely right. If he is working like this with the second and third unit, imagine what this kid can do with the first unit. There's going to have to be a lot of questions answered. Shedeur may never get a fair shake in Cleveland. He may never get a fair shake in Cleveland. But before this thing is all said and done, Shedeur Sanders is going to be okay. Shedeur Sanders is going to have a long, successful career in the NFL. He's going to win a lot of games. He's going to even break records. I'm not putting a gold jacket on Shedeur Sanders. I'm not putting him in the pinnacle of Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jacksons or your Josh Allens or anything like that. I'm not saying that he's going to just come in and just light it up. But what I'm saying is that he is going to have longevity. He is going to make a franchise in this NFL very happy. He is going to make a fan base very exciting. And the fan base in Cleveland is crying that they be the fan base. They are crying for it. You can see it all in the stands in this preseason game. They are there rooting for Shedeur Sanders. I don't even know if they know who Dylan Gabriel is. They're not even worried about Flacco at all. If Cleveland want to win and sell tickets, it's in their 5th round quarterback by the name of Shedeur Sanders. He got greatness running through his veins. And you can say what you want to say. You can feel how you want to feel. You can agree with me or disagree with me. But when this thing is all said and done, bad guys are not going to win. Meaning the NFL. Shedeur is going to have a great, successful, winning career in this NFL. So let's sit back and let's watch this thing and let's enjoy the rest of the show. This is Shedeur Yeshub, and this is my take on Shedeur Sanders and him starting in his first preseason game. Peace.